up, everybody? My name is JT Harker with the Backstage Sports Show. My co-host Joe Connor is in Vegas for work. He's drumming. He's doing what he does best, acting like an idiot in Vegas. I hope he's hitting all the strip clubs. But today, we have a former guest of the show. He's my guest co-host. He's a very good friend of mine. His name is Steve Boss Haas, founder, creator of 7 Percenter clothing brand, and we're about to be doing some big things with them. What's up, brother?
What up, my boy? How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. Can you introduce our other bro here that's coming all the way from Vegas?
Yeah, man. I mean, me and him go way back. You know, we're technically not real life brothers, but we're brothers.
Right.
I met when he was 4 years old, and I was 10 when I moved out here from Chicago. His mom and my mom became best friends, and him and I became best friends, and supported him through all his years of football and sports and basketball, just everything. Just an amazing person, super talented, super intelligent. And then we started working together as artists, him as an artist and me as his manager. Did some amazing things, worked with Nipsey Hussle, just man, Japan, Korea, we did everything together. As far as musically, did a lot of videos together, and we're slowly getting back into doing a lot of music videos together again. It's my brother, I love him to death, Kwam the Don.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely, man.
Right there.
I appreciate that. That was official intro right there.
I appreciate you coming on. And now, man, like we should have just had my co-host. He's already out there in Vegas. We should have just had meet out with you. Are you out there right now?
Yeah, he could have pulled up on me, and I'm sorry to report that strip clubs are closed right now, so he's not doing that.
I know. I heard they're doing all virtual. It's all remote.
Yeah.
I mean, on that. I feel like we all already know how to do that without strip clubs doing it, but give everybody your real name, because obviously Kwam the Don is is kind of your stage name.
Yeah. So my real name is Adrian Ayadarko. You can see the jersey back there, Ayadarko. So that's my
for sure.
name.
So I'm gonna give you shout outs real quick on all your stuff, so you can find him at Kwam the Don on Instagram. His new video, Threat to Society, giving a lot of love to Kobe Bryant and the Lakers, is on YouTube right now. You can find him on YouTube. Your YouTube channel is just Kwam, right?
Yeah.
KWAM?
Yep.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, the video looks dope, dude, and the song's dope as well.
Appreciate it, man.
So I've known you for a while. Obviously not as close with you as Boss is. Right. And I remember that you played sports. I remember we talked about it, and that was kind of the bond we all shared, is that we grew up playing sports. But I had no idea you're a Duke University graduate.
Yeah.
And when you said Duke, I was like, is this Duke Community College, like in Northern California?
Duke Pine Bluff, right?
Exactly. Duke West Hills, man. It's a great school. It's a great school. Let's stick on football a little bit. Obviously, the big headline right now, Cam signs with the Patriots. And just to give a shout out to my co-host, Joe Connor, he's been screaming about this forever. I thought it made sense too, but then I was like, there must be a reason that they're not signing him. And then all of a sudden, boom, they waited, whatever the reason is. Maybe they were waiting on some sort of doctor to check Cam out. I don't know, but he's there. Obviously, we got the great Tom Brady with the Bucs. What are your guys' thoughts?
I love the Cam Newton signing. I've been a fan of that move since day one. People were talking about him coming to the Bears, and honestly, I just didn't think he was a good fit with the Bears. Not saying I didn't like Cam. I just didn't think he fit for what we were trying to do. So I
don't know if anybody's a good fit for the Bears, bro. Like who's
hang up, bro.
we gotta try something, man. You gotta try something. Who has the bigger year, Bucs or the Pats?
Oh, Bucs.
You can go Bucs?
Bucs. They got, the weapons over there, Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Godwin,
Talent.
They got, and then they just drafted a couple old linemen too that are studs.
Isn't that the deal? Like, it's great that Cam's in New England, and God, my buddy Rhino is probably jumping for joy. He's a Boston native, but they still have the same talent level,
right?
It still takes
a lot of weapons on offense as far as like on the perimeter. Their wideouts are still questionable outside of Edelman, but they're going to ride their defense. They had one of the top defenses in the league last year. And, Belichick is Belichick. He's going to scheme them to a lot of wins. So I don't think you can count them out until somebody takes the AFC East crown.
Do you think they're a Super Bowl contender?
I don't know about Super Bowl contender. I think they're definitely, contender to make the playoffs and win the division. Super Bowl may be a little lofty with a brand new quarterback.
Yeah, they're in a historically bad division, which is one reason they've been able to kind of be on top for a while. So
exactly,
that'll be interesting. And we think we think Tom Brady's still got enough to win a Super Bowl, yes or no?
Yes.
I think so.
I think so.
I mean, everything's gonna have to fall, his way. But the AFC is really tough now, obviously with KC and Baltimore. So, and even the NFC, like you got to get past the Saints, your own division. The Niners are still there.
You got to get past the Bears.
The Bears got to get past the Vikings and the Packers first.
Hey, no,
look, I'm a
Bears.
Hey, and the Lions, looking, the Lions is chomping at the bit too.
No more. I just don't.
Hey, can we just get off football for just 1 second? Kwam, who do you think the greatest basketball player of all time is?
Jordan.
My man.
Jordan.
There you go, Joe. I had to throw that in.
Do you think Deion is the greatest athlete of all time?
He's in the conversation for sure.
He's got to be up there, man.
I put him in Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
I would say
right
Bo
there.
Jackson. Do you know what the other sport Bo Jackson played in college other than football and baseball?
What?
Track, right?
He did track, and he would have been an Olympian based on what he was doing at Auburn in track. So
he was running like a 4. I think he ran like a 4.15 or something crazy 4.2.
Something stupid.
Yeah.
Get this: in high school, he was the state champion for whatever. I think he's from Alabama. He was a state champion of the decathlon, whatever the one is that has all the events. He didn't even run the mile. Anything else. But Deion Sanders in high school was a 3-time state champion basketball player. And I think his senior year averaged 24.6 points a game. So he could have gone to pretty much any school he wanted to for basketball and probably played pro. So,
who's a sleeper athlete though? Allen Iverson. I'm not a sleeper athlete.
He was
obviously an amazing basketball player, but he was a stud on the football field too, though.
He was, yeah.
Point. That's a good
that
point.
boy was a beast, man. Playing corner, like cornerback and safety.
Can you imagine him with those long arms and that quickness playing cornerback, though?
Man,
that'd have been nasty. How about this? Let's go back. Wilt Chamberlain, you know about him other than basketball?
He did high jump, I know.
He did high jump, and he did the hurdle, and he would have been an Olympian too. He would have been an Olympian at 7 feet tall as a sprinter.
Wow.
That's crazy.
For sure. If you say look up, it was Jordan for sure. I mean, I had Jordan posters all over my room. I had a Bo Jackson poster in my room. I had that one where he had the shoulder pads and the baseball bat at the same time.
I had that same
iconic photo. Yeah. So, I mean, guys like that. And then as I got older, I kind of like refined it to people who, actually played my position. So I would watch like top receivers and Jerry Rice. Obviously, I was a big hero of mine growing up, being a Niners fan.
Grant Hill.
Oh, yeah. There definitely was a Grant Hill phase.
Yeah. You were a big Grant Hill fan. It's funny that you ended up going to Duke.
Yeah.
Duke, you know what I mean? But I remember you had the Grant Hill shoes.
Yeah, you're right. I still have the Grant Hill Pistons jersey, I think, in my closet.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to see if you were going to say Grant Hill.
Yeah. He was definitely one of my favorites. Like, his transition in like his rookie year, he was a stud,
Yeah, he was co-rookie of the year with Jason Kidd, I believe.
Correct.
You hear what Stephen A. Smith had to say about the bubble?
What'd he say? I listen to him every day.
He said players in Orlando will break the bubble rule because they have to have sex. And he was dead serious.
I didn't hear that one, but
I didn't hear that either.
That's not totally far-fetched. You know what I mean?
That's what he said. Because, you think about it, that's a long time to be in a bubble.
It was like 3 months, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a what you're talking about. Some of these kids are 20 years old and they got to sit in a bubble in Florida. Who you think has the most to lose? So we have LeBron and the Lakers combined. All right, that's one. We have the Milwaukee Bucks as a whole. We have the Houston Rockets. We have the 76ers. And we have Brandon Ingram. I know he sounds like the odd man out.
Yeah, I got to hear your rationale on that one.
Obviously, LeBron, the Lakers, there's several reasons everybody knows about. And actually, I want to throw the Clippers in here too. Clippers in here. Milwaukee Bucks, because they don't know how long the Greek Freak's going to be there, right? Houston Rockets, just because James Harden and Westbrook are kind of about to be out of their prime, and who knows what that window is for them. 76ers, because if they don't pull it off soon, their star core could start shifting around, leaving. They're going to be trading, go back to the process. You know what I mean? Brandon Ingram, though, he's one guy who is now scheduled for next season. He'd be getting either a max contract or somewhere near a max contract.
I think Brandon Ingram, as much as we don't know about COVID and the potential long-term side effects, I think he should be more worried about, a torn ACL or an Achilles coming off of a long break. But I think him being so young nowadays, even if you look at KD, he tore his, obviously he's not KD, but KD tore his Achilles and got, a super max. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think the guy has proved himself. He was an all-star this year. So even if he gets hurt, knock on wood, I think he'll still get that max contract somewhere.
I think LeBron and the Lakers, and my bias is because I have Chicago in my mind. There's always a little side. I think I gotta get around and scoop. But hear me out. And I've been preaching this. I've been saying this, man. But I think LeBron trying to cement his legacy as one of the GOATs. I mean, obviously he's up there. Him, Jordan, Kobe. I mean, it's undeniable, right? But I think his window's closing. So I think that's why he's pushing the play, because he wants that championship. He is the favorite to win it. Him and, Kawhi are right there and the Greek Freak. But I think he knows AD's leaving. And I think AD knows he's leaving. I think AD wants to get back to his hometown, Chicago. You know what I mean? So I think, look, let's do this. Get in this championship now. AD, go ahead and go. Because LeBron wants his statue at the Staples Center. He's got to bring a championship to LA. He knows when AD leaves next year, it's going to be harder for him to recruit another AD to come to LA and play with him. You know what I mean? Someone of that stature. So I think LeBron is trying so hard to get, even if it's an asterisk championship, he wants it.
Right.
He wants it because I feel like he knows that AD didn't sign no max contract. He didn't sign no long-term contract with the Lakers. He knows he does a lot of stuff for the community in Chicago. D Rose is up for free agency, so D Rose could go there, and him and D Rose are tight, and they're brothers, and they both do a lot in the community. So maybe that's something that I'm hoping.
This kind of guy in all Chicago gear right now.
Yeah, exactly. We know what you're hoping, boss. We know.
But mine is Chicago. But you see what I'm saying, though, as far as AD possibly leaving and LeBron is on this end of his career, wanting to get that championship in LA. I mean, he has a championship everywhere he's gone. He needs one in LA. If he doesn't bring one to LA, then, it's going to look like, well, you failed. You know what I mean? Especially towards the end of his career. So I think there's a little bit of pressure on him to bring a championship to LA, to the Lakers, of all places.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
What do you
think? I gotta say LeBron and Lakers too. And, full disclosure, I'm a Lakers fan. But I think, LeBron, his window's closing as far as his age. The window's closing as far as just the Lakers in general, like Steve said, with having all the, championship pieces. They're having a great year. You know what I mean? Everybody's, most people pick them to win it all before everything shut down. So I think they have the most to lose. I mean, they finally got all their kind of ducks in a row and they for a championship. And now it's like, obviously that kind of got sidetracked, and now they're trying to regroup and still, capitalize on that. And as far as the asterisk, I don't think, maybe right away, some people may be talking to asterisk, and depending on how many people get COVID, get injured, God forbid.
There's so many variables.
Yeah, a star gets injured, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, you got to think back to, the lockout season when the Spurs won a chip. Nobody says Tim Duncan has 4 chips and 1 asterisk chip.
Right.
Chips.
But LeBron is in a different category. He wins in this year. They're going to say, well, it was the COVID year. I mean, even because there's so many LeBron haters. Tim Duncan, he's just so quiet and so under the radar, and then no one kind of talks about Tim like that.
It's also because everything he does is going to be compared to MJ, which isn't fair. But everyone knows everyone knows he wants to get, as many chips as he can. But you know what he's thinking? He's thinking, if me and AD can make this thing work and we can keep building around this, why can't we rattle off 3 in a row?
Right.
He's not thinking small. He's not thinking 1. He's thinking, like, let's do this. Let's start a dynasty.
For sure.
But in reality, he could win 8. And the same people that are saying that Michael Jordan's better are still going to – Milwaukee, they haven't won an NBA championship since 1971 with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Oscar Robertson. Milwaukee doesn't get a lot of opportunities to win championships.
Right.
If they lose,
they don't get a lot of stars, and they finally have a star.
And they don't get a lot of stars. I mean, who's the last star? They had Ray Allen.
Yeah, Ray Allen.
They had the big dog. They had Vin Baker. I mean, they haven't had a lot of contenders, and Giannis is a once in a generation talent. Yeah. So to me, I mean, all these guys got something to lose, but if you don't win it in the next 1 year, maybe 2 years, if they don't figure out what Greek Freak's going to do yet, if he ends up there 2 years, that's it. So that's this season and next season, right? So, and then he's gone, and he's most likely he's going to try to go form a super team somewhere. Hopefully that super team will be with the Warriors, Giannis. But
yeah, I don't know about that. He doesn't strike me. He doesn't strike me as a super team kind of guy. He strikes me as a hard-nosed guy. I love Milwaukee. I want to win it here. You know, if anything, maybe he gets a guy to come there. But you know, he's kind of old school. You know, put my head down and work. So I don't know if he's with that super team stuff.
That's what Joe says all the time. He's like, yeah, he strikes me as the guy that just wants to stick it out. But I don't know. 2 more seasons. I want to see how much he wants to stick it out after losing for 2 more years. You know what I mean? But
they could win it this year, and then who knows?
Yeah,
you know?
They could.
As shot as anybody.
But that's where I'm at. Like, if they don't get it done this year, that means they've got maybe 1 year left. Unless he decides, you know, I'm out. So I think there's a lot of pressure on them as an organization, because if he goes, no, you're not going to lure another big star to Milwaukee. You've got to do it again through the draft. That's not an easy thing to do. But, you know, getting into Black Lives Matter, guys, are you both of mixed race?
Yep.
Can we talk about something a little more personal with you guys? Like, one, aside from what's going on right now, obviously there have been big things happen in our lifetime. We're all about the same age. What was it like growing up mixed race? And then what's it like right now dealing with where you're kind of not on both sides, so to speak, because I think the sides and the walls are breaking down. Seeing as many white people and people of other races going out supporting Black Lives Matter was incredible to me, because I've never seen that in my lifetime. But going to your guys' experience growing up and what you're going through right now.
Go ahead, Kwam.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, it was a little, you know, different to navigate, I guess. You know, my mom is white, my dad is not only Black but African. So you know, I would get teased when I was younger. You know, you hear the Oreo, or you know, you're not Black enough. You know, I grew up in you know, kind of a inner city type of environment, neighborhood, but then I went to private school. So you know, I kind of had the both sides, not only, you know, in my neighborhood and school, and then being, you know, half Black, half white. And I remember, you know, way back to like Montessori school and elementary school, like almost being embarrassed when my mom came to pick me up, because kids would just ask questions. You know, kids are kids. That's not your mom. She's white. That can't be your mom.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'll be like embarrassed and like, you know, trying to explain and just like, Mom, just like wait outside or stay in the car, or like, I don't want you to come on this field trip.
Right.
So I went through all those different things. But as I got older, you know, it became a strength for me, you know what I mean? And something I'm proud of. And just being able to, like you said, see both sides. I have white family members, I have Black family members. It allows me to kind of navigate and move in different rooms, and kind of understand both sides. So to me, it's an ultimate strength to be able to see the world from 2 different sides.
Yeah, I totally agree with him. Similar background, same. I don't know my father though. I just recently found out my dad's actually Haitian. My mom's white. She passed away a year and a half ago. Grew up in Chicago. Got picked. My whole family's white except for me. So growing up, you know, got picked on a lot. Got called Oreo a lot. Same, you know, stories with Adrian. You know, I didn't want my mom to come with me, or I got kids telling me that's not your mom. I used to think I was stolen. I'm like, this is not my family. This is not my family. Like, I cannot be this. Like, why am I here? Where's my dad? Right. And not knowing my dad and having, you know, having those answers to my questions just even made it more difficult for me growing up. But I definitely agree with Adrian. It's definitely a strength now. I can navigate. I can maneuver any room. I can mingle with anybody. But now just with Black Lives Matter, you know, Black people too, I feel like we've been taught not to really talk about what him and I are just talking about. Like, you gotta have thick skin, and you know, you just angry black people, you know, forget about it. But now I've been telling people, I've been so comfortable and so excited about just talking about it, like telling my story and hearing other people's stories. And you can talk to any black person and talk to them about, you know, when you walk into a room, you know, when you're getting looked at because you're black. And then you got to prove to people, like, oh, is he that type of black person? What type of black person is this going to be? Is he one that I can talk to and joke with about him being black and talk about watermelon and talk about all that chicken and stuff or grape soda? Or is he one of those guys I can't talk? And you really, honestly, JT, you can feel it. And then we always had to prove ourselves. We have to literally prove ourselves to them that we're smart enough, that educated enough, articulate enough to actually do the job or do whatever we have to do. And we're just not like an athlete or a rapper or, you know, something of that nature where we're entertaining. So it feels good to actually talk about it now openly and hopefully have an adult conversation about it and actually, you know, teach some people some stuff and learn some stuff on both ends, myself included.
Boss, going to like what you experienced being out on the streets with Dub and the type of love you guys were experiencing, or even some of the hate. I only saw the videos that were a lot of positivity, which I appreciate. But what was it like out there?
Man, you know, I live in Santa Clarita, so, you know, there was a march out here in Santa Clarita, and I remember my heart was talking to me like, man, I had to go. So I ended up going, and I saw nothing but like white people, man. And I remember just thinking to myself, like, this is amazing. And I remember going around telling just them, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because like I said, I posted a video not too long ago. It feels like, you know, you're in a fight, right? You're in a scrap. Like you're swinging, you're fighting. If you guys ever been in a fight, you know, 30 seconds of a fight, it can wear on you. So it's just like you scrapping. But now it's 400 years you scrapping. And then you go to swing your last haymaker just to hopefully it connects. And then you got, you know, all these, your backups coming. And they don't even look like you. And they come and say, look out, watch out, I got you. Step to the side, brother, I got you. My voice is louder than yours right now. You know what I mean? Like our weapons are stronger than yours. And let us speak for you because you're tired. You've been fighting for so long. Let us talk for you. Let us fight for you. And that's what it feels like for me personally. I'm like, just seeing that, hearing it, and seeing the hate in this man's eyes, like we have such a long way to go, man. But you know, it's nice to see that the people that were yelling at him right back were white people, Asians, Latinos, and you know, there wasn't even that many black people out there, to tell you the truth. And it was they were ones going at it. I mean, the police had to break them up. I mean, this guy was getting his brand new truck belted with water bottles, spit on, everything, because he was just going crazy. But for the most part, that was the only time, and I did one in Hollywood with Stevie Dub, and that one was put together by YG, and there was probably 5 miles worth of people, man.
That was crazy.
Amazing. It was amazing. Ron Artest was there. I saw Ron Artest. He was like, we were walking. He was just, you know, he wasn't covered up or nothing, man. He was marching. He had a sign out. You know, just the love that everybody had out there. I mean, for me, moving forward in my life, like when I'm 60, 70, 80 years old and I can look back on my life and I can say, man, you know what? I did my part, you know, on helping change the world and changing it into the direction that we all needed to be in. And it felt good to be out there, man. It's everything that Kwam and I have been through in our life, you know, and every black person that's been through it, like it felt good to be out there and fighting for what's right, equality.
Thank you guys. Boss, thank you for co-hosting with me. You stepped up. And thank you both for loving MJ over LeBron, because that's what this show is all about. And Kwam, real quick, just remind everybody where they can find you and anything happening right now for you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, man.
Thank you.
You can find me on social media, Kwam the Don, KWAMTHADON on you know, Twitter, Instagram, and then, you know, check out my latest videos called Threat to Society, directed by Boss Haas. It's a little Kobe tribute.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, Boss shot and directed that here in Vegas. So
that's dope.
We have a nice Kobe tribute in there, and also a tribute to Nipsey Hussle in there too. So check that out. Then you can follow Vegas Nation. That's all of our Raiders coverage. And check out Vegas Nation Blitz every Wednesday. If you have Cox, go to Cox Your View and check out Vegas Nation every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
All right. That's what's up. Boss, anything you want to say before we're out of here?
Man, thank you, bro. Thank you. You know I love you. You know I love you both. And, you know, I'm proud of both of you guys, man. And, you know, I'm thankful for this, man. I had a blast.
Sports.